Just having a quick smoke of some LJ Peretti Devonshire. Which tastes like it has some burley in it. To me, you know, there's that kind of chocolatey, nutty, which makes burley sound good. That kind of dry, papery flavor. Again, which sounds kind of interesting, but I don't find it too much so. But a good burley's good. Kind of monotone, but good. This does have a few black flakes in it, so there might be some light latakia in there. But, yeah. Certainly a serviceable smoke. So, Jeff. And I wasn't even hacking with the machete. I was hacking with this. Cutting a squash, and they're kind of hard-skinned and a little slippery, but this is a great knife. This is, you know, it's a Chinese working knife. Trade name Winco. But it's, I got it at Cash and Carry for like 20 bucks. But what I like about it so much is first of all, it's a nice length. It's not so huge. But it's deep. So your knuckles are never, you know, wrapping the surface or getting too much in the chicken juice or whatever, you know. And wicked sharp. So in the paper today, oh well, let's see. So LJ Peretti Devonshire in an old Tom Howard. So this guy, I like this because it's a little more moderate. I know it's a big pipe, custom built-y in rustication and just sort of the general look. But some Tom Howards are just over the top for me. They're just, there's too much wood, so they're kind of heavy. Whether they use crappy wood, I don't know, crappy briar. But, and this one's kind of heavy too for its size. I'm going to guess from the 50s, maybe early 60s. So Tom Howard was a radio personality and lent his name to some pipes. So you can find them on eBay. Oftentimes there are these kind of saucer scooped walls about this thick. Like I say, to me a little overdone. But did you see the sign up there about the Jake brakes? No? Okay. Seattle breaks another rain record in the paper this morning. So last year we set a record. And so our rain year is October to April. Yeah. So we're not quite at the end of our rain year. And we already broke last year's record, which was a record. So 44.7 inches so far. And we just got a real dumper here, which probably made it certainly an even 45. It all depends on where they're measuring it, of course. I mean, I was hoping I was going to be under here when it rolled through. And now it's sunshiny, but it looks pretty stormy up there, so there will be more. So this meteorologist, Mike McFarland, says, this has been a terrible winter. It was just wet. There's no way around that. Our average is about 31 inches, a little less than 31 inches. So we're at about 45 inches. But no flooding at the moment. I mean, it's like everything, it's come in even enough paces that everything has gotten absorbed, seemingly. Although we did have some flooding earlier. in the year. The city had 144 wet days from October through April and 5 dry days. Now, see, that's what you need to cement your reputation, right? And I joke that we're on the rain coast, but honestly, we're not. We're inland in the Puget Sound country. The rain coast, Quileute Airport near Forks along the state's northwestern Pacific coast has received 116.1 inches of rain since October 1st. 116 inches. So now we're really talking temperate rainforest. You know. And the Hoh rainforest is over there, and you know, it's a neat place. But temperate because it's not tropical. So a very wet year and a very wet year last year. Thus I got a car, because I just couldn't motorcycle everywhere. So here's a little chunk of something that every pipe smoker should have. This is beeswax. I get it at my natural food store in a block for, I don't know, $1, $1.50, something like that. And so I just cut it into chunks because this is kind of a mini-year supply. I'm already smoking this pipe, so I'm not gonna. Oh, it's fairly loose. All right. Not recommended to take a warm pipe apart. So what I do, put my lighter down. There's the tenon. I just rub a little coating of beeswax on there. And you know, it is, if your tenon's a little loose, if it's a little tight, it'll lubricate it to make it less tight. It will kind of fill in there to make it less loose. It is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Not that sliced bread is so great. Of course, it's organic and food grade and all that stuff, so safe. So I was going to bring them out here. So these, they fell apart immediately. So cheap. But they are tip cleaners for acetylene gas torches. So it's a set that comes in all kinds of different sizes here. And so Mike Owen in South Jersey wrote to me and he said, hey, you ought to try this. Because I had complained some of those Chacombe king-size pipes I'd gotten last year in Chicago at the Chicagoland Pipe Show. They have plastic bits, and it's kind of, you can tell it wasn't well reamed out or something went on in there. So the airflow is not that good. And it's quite a curve, so it's like, how do you clean that out? You know, it doesn't pass a pipe cleaner very easily. So, hardly at all. So he suggested these, because they're real flexible. And of course, the thing just like fell all apart, because it's cheap ass shit. But, you know, they bend. They're designed to bend. And so, they have a little toothed surface up here, kind of like a little round file. What do you know? Did a good job. Thank you, Mike. I'm going to, I think, go to my local hardware store and see if I can't find a better quality set. And I'll remedy this by sticking a tiny screw through there, a tiny bolt and a nut to secure them in there. But it worked well. So thanks, Mike. Good advice. He said go on eBay, and you know, he sent me to a certain set of them, which was a short and a long. And I thought, well, I'll just get a long, you know. So I went to a different set that just had a long series there, and crap. It's just crap. But there's just that particular one. I'm sure there's some good ones out there. Anyway, that's a great idea. Thank you, Mike. Beautiful, man. Yeah. It was just what I needed. So I was reaming in there and pulling little, you know, curly threads of plastic out of there. It was good. How it'll do on the vulcanite should do just as well. But honestly, those Chacombs were the worst. So if I can get them squared up, I'm good. Anyway, I feel another rainstorm coming, so I'm going to head back to work. Happy puffin'.